Hi guys, what's going on here? It's JB with episode 151 of this FIFA 18 Burnley career mode, and we've got a Turf Moor treble for you today against three Northwest teams. We've got Manchester City coming up in a second or two as Damari Gray Robert is named Premier League Player of the Month, and a few of the Burnley players are there. So we've got Manchester City at home. Also at home we've got Everton as our middle match. And then at the end, Manchester United. Plenty of twists and turns and plenty of scrapes and brilliant moments in amongst this next hour for your viewing pleasure. It should be fantastic fun, and it was dramatic and riveting as well. Frustration and joy all in equal measures. But let's get straight to the first of three games as we took on Manchester City at Turf Moor. Remember, this is the treble header at Turf Moor. Let's see how we got on. Hello and welcome to Turf Moor, where Burnley take on Manchester City. A key game at the top of the league as Burnley look to go even further ahead in the title race. First of three big games for Burnley at Turf Moor, starting with Manchester City, then Everton, and then Manchester United. At 51 goals this season, Manchester United with 36, Everton 35, Chelsea and Watford also with 35 make up the top five. But Burnley, the market leaders in goal scoring, and as regards goal scoring, Emmanuel Dennis is the player to watch. 7 goals in his first 4 games, a real threat. And in fact, he replaces Balotelli in the lineup, which shows one change with Heaton in goal, Trippier, me, PK and Robertson across the back, and then it's me, Hughes, and Davis and Kluivert, and Ings and Emmanuel Dennis up front this evening. Balotelli in fact drops to the bench. What about Manchester City? Perhaps team been struggling a little bit this season, knocked out by the Clarets out the League Cup. And they start with Edison in goal, then it's Pereira, Stones, Van Dijk, Otamendi and Marcelo the back five, so a very, very strong back five. De Bruyne, Verratti and Silva in the midfield, and Belotti and Jesus up front. On the bench you see people like Commode, Raheem Sterling and Leroy Sané, and Joe Hart drops to the bench. Well, we're all set here to go at Turf Moor. Referee today from Oxfordshire is Graham Scott. So we're all set to go then at Turf Moor. Burnley and Manchester City. Away we go. Turf Moor up and at him now for this encounter. A Burnley win would take them even further away in the Premier League table. Silva now into De Bruyne for Manchester City. Robertson away for Burnley. Belotti to Jesus. And Jesus is going straight. Oh, it's a penalty. Benry's gone right through the back. And that's a red card. I think that's a bit harsh. Penalty, no doubt, but a red card. It was off the ball, even though he took De Bruyne out. It wasn't exactly a clear goal scoring opportunity, was it? Thought Mr. Scott was very, very quick off the mark there with the decision. Well, Burnley here have a man sent off. Could go a goal down here with Jesus. Heaton has saved it, and Burnley survive. That was a poor penalty there by Gabriel Jesus. One would have expected him to score there. So they're down to 10 men, but still are going to start attacking now with Hughes. Oh, and just wide. Well, the game's lining up there within the last few minutes. The red card, could he have been a red card? It definitely was a penalty. Then the missed penalty, and then Hughes inch or two wide. It's been an amazing start here. Also means Ben Mee now sits out the next game at home to Everton. Edison's kick. Verratti. Silva forward to Jesus. Verratti again. Oh, Belotti stolen in here. Pereira, they've got an elbow already at City. De Bruyne off the post and then off Heaton, and then somehow scrambled away by the Burnley defence. Davis. Ings has got Gray, who won Player of the Month, of course. Trying to show that form again. Tom Davis. Nicholas Otamendi holding him off. Now Jesus. De Bruyne. Back to Jesus again. Will want to make up for his penalty miss. Kamari Gray having to cover at the back there. He's doing nicely well. But he's climbing into it. Good ball, Trippier. Still Trippier. David Silva showing his nous and cunning there to get the ball off him. Belotti. Marcelo in space. Two back though for Burnley. One of them's Gray. Robertson's the other. And in the end, it's over the bar. Marcelo with the shot. And it just maybe shaved the crossbar there. "25 minutes of high-octane excitement, but yet no goals, but we've had a man sent off." Over harshly, I felt. Gray. Here's Dennis! Goal kick. Well, Emmanuel Dennis took aim there, had the shot. Well wide as it turned out. Goal kick to Manchester City. Looks like Burnley are just going to play with a back three now and see how it evaluates, and then re-evaluate the situation at the break. Silva. Ball breaking nicely there for Tom Davis. Moving away once more. Now Belotti. Now Jesus. Belotti. 1-0. An overload. But Manchester City, and Belotti made no mistake. City go in front. Pep's team in front. And Burnley were just caught napping at the back. The 10 men have kindly caved in. And it's not a great surprise. Good 1-2 here with Jesus. He'll please him a bit better now. Jesus with the assist. And Belotti, to be fair, hit this first time very sweetly there. Tom Eaton, as soon as it left his right foot, did not stand a cat in hell's chance of saving that one. And City going in front. Belotti's only 4th goal this season. Well, it could be a crucial one, because it could open up the title race a little bit more now. Burnley behind at Turf Moor. Very often, very rarely we say that. Here's Kamari Gray now. Fires the shot in. Straight down the throat of Edison. I haven't seen Justin Kluivert yet in the game as an attacking force. That was smart play by Hughes. Did well. Finds Emmanuel Dennis. Beats Otamendi as if he didn't exist. Dennis! Oh, he's hit the post. Unbelievable. How unlucky can you get? Should have been the equaliser. Now Danny Ings. Van Dijk in the way. Wow, that could have been the equaliser then. Emmanuel Dennis showing his sharp shooting on sight on display. That good tackle there by Gerard Piqué. Showing why he's such a classy defender still, even in his advancing years. Now Hughes. Space is opened up for him here. It's Will Hughes! Punched away by Anderson. Burnley doing everything but score here in the first half. And this is the shot from Will Hughes. If there was any criticism of the shot, it was straight down Edison's throat, the save. Great with the corner. Can Burnley score now? Oh, just nodded away at the very last, but Hughes will keep it alive for Burnley. Even in stoppage time. Good slaloming run. And the cross was charged away and City see it out. And lead thanks to a goal by Belotti. Before that they missed a penalty. Burnley were harshly that went down to 10 men when Ben Mee, who conceded the penalty, was harshly sent off. But Burnley are working hard even with 10 men, but it's City who lead thanks to Belotti's goal to nil at half time. Away we go then in the second half. No changes. Burnley opting to keep with the back three, knowing that they need to win this game, and they need to keep all their attacking flair players on. For instance, Damari Gray, and surely that must be a penalty. He's given a free kick, in fact. I thought it was inside the area initially. I was looking at the path of the ball. Now then, Justin Kluivert over this free kick. Very, very close to thing there to whether that was going to be a penalty or not. It's Kluivert over it. Needs to dink it up and over that wall. Hits it. But straight at the goalkeeper. Burnley starting off with a real positive attitude in the second half. Well, Hughes unfortunate there not to keep that into play. Silva. Davis just missing out on the tackle. Hughes certainly didn't miss out there. Done very well. Got Emmanuel Dennis up ahead, but Hughes might go alone. Hughes! Oh, he smashed it over. Well, there was the chance. Oh, dear me. I made a point at this stage for the Claret would not be a disastrous result, considering that they've down to 10 men and conceded a goal, but certainly give an opportunity now for the chasing pack. Van Dijk using his strong ball against Emmanuel Dennis, who's tried to affect things so far. Not to great success. He might get some chances now. Oh, unlucky. He's been so unfortunate there, Emmanuel Dennis. He hit that superbly well, and it hits the outside of the post. Sterling comes on for Manchester City meanwhile. Belotti's the man he's replaced, the goal scorer. It's all Burnley in the second half, but yet can't find a way through. Here's Raheem Sterling. And Burnley playing with one man light at the back, knowing that they must go, must try and at least draw the game, at least win it. This is Dennis. Just took too long in pirouetting there. Match of high frustration here for Burnley because Marcelo is on the break. Marcelo for Manchester City, and if Tom Heaton has saved that, it's a very miraculous save. A chance now for Andre Schürrle, who's going to play on the right side of midfield. Smelter replacing Marcelo. It isn't goal kick, in fact, as we see that substitution. Damari Gray. There are other battles to come in. Of course, there's the big game between Everton as well, they're second in the table, and of course there's Manchester United right up there as well. So games against the chasing pack coming thick and fast now. Schürrle wanted on that far side, can't find it. Smelter snuffed that danger momentarily out. 22 minutes for stoppage time remaining here at Turf Moor. Burnley 0, Manchester City 1. Here's Hughes for Burnley. Davis for Burnley. Gets a bit lucky. Not the second time. Sterling. Oh, Hughes is away. It's just him and Heaton now. And it's off the bar. Let off there for Burnley. And it's a City corner. And De Bruyne is going to be booked, I think, for an earlier incident. It was yeah, it's certainly a foul there, but the referee stupidly played on an advantage. I think Burnley would have preferred a free kick in that situation. It didn't come to anything, and City almost made them pay for it. Leroy Sané's going to replace Gabriel Jesus for the remainder. And it's a corner then to Manchester City. De Bruyne to take. Looks like they're going to get their revenge for that League Cup trouncing. 6-0 over two legs. 3-0 here and 3-0 away from home. One thing it does open, it makes the title race more interesting. This is a chance in there on Otamendi. Has had his shot saved at point range practically there by Tom Heaton. Outstretched right foot. Corner now Burnley have to be wise of the short one. Kluivert trying to make himself available for that one. In fact, Burnley dealt with it okay. And here's Justin Kluivert, how he could do with a moment of brilliance from him in the second half. Ings is up ahead of him. Kluivert still wanting to go with the ball. Finds Dennis. Oh, and Ings just wasn't on the same wavelength. It's like been a rare home defeat for the Clarets. Going to add to their goals tally of 50 odd. Unless they can find an equaliser in the next few minutes. Which is not much time. Here's Dennis. Oh, real chance now. It's Emmanuel Dennis! He's becoming a menace to Premier League defences. And what a good ball that was. Dennis in behind, and with that faithful right foot beats Edison, and Burnley have saved themselves possibly a point that would really kickstart their season, or kickstart their run of games, and it could be so crucial in the final analysis. Emmanuel Dennis is 6th goal in the league already, and the man is a genius. Well, Burnley left it late to get parity with 10 men, are now level. What drama here at Turf Moor. It's been a game full of incident, non-stop incident, and now Tom Davies to bring it away. And here's Justin Kluivert. Burnley may not be finished yet. It's Kluivert! Oh, what a save by Edison! I just thought for a moment that Justin Kluivert was going to get the winner, and he hit this true, and it was going in. And the outstretched hand of Edison took it away. Schürrle's corner. They all went up for it, and in the end it didn't come to anything. And then the ball back. It's going to be a corner, in fact. And it's a corner from Schürrle. Had a one. Danny Ings. Robertson incidentally has got himself an injury. If Burnley at this stage with 10 men, you'd have offered them a point, and they've got it, and they keep their run going without being beaten at Turf Moor. But my word, they left it so late. They were down to 10 men for most of it. Penalty which Jesus missed, and then Belotti scored 10 minutes from the end of the first half, and then 5 minutes from the end, Emmanuel Dennis, with his 6th league goal since joining in January, has saved Burnley skins, and now it's all systems go for Everton. Next up, finished here, Burnley 1, Manchester City 1. Well, there's the situation. 6 points now between Arsenal and ourselves. Everton 7 points further back, 1 point further back, and we play Everton now. It could be a real decider. Could we knock Everton out the title race? We owe them something, because they beat us 3-1 at Goodison Park early on in the season, so that was important. And of course we've got Manchester United coming up. Man City still down in 8th place at the bottom of the table. Wolves, Bournemouth and Birmingham all prop up the rest. Looks like Birmingham are being, and certainly Bournemouth are being drifted away, but Wolves now in big trouble, and it could be well, anyone from West Bromwich Albion down should be looking over their shoulders. I think from Southampton upwards, I think everyone's safe. We're also without a couple of squad players as well. No Robertson and no me, so we'll make changes for that game. But it's to Turf Moor we go. We'll give you news of all those team changes, and of course that bone match between ourselves and Everton. Another crucial game in the title race. Welcome to Turf Moor for the second of 3 consecutive games here at the Turf. Burnley with 10 men drawing 1-1 with Manchester City the other day. They made 2 enforced changes for the clash here today against Everton, both enforced. That's the top of the table at the moment. Burnley top of the league, 6 points above Arsenal. The gap though with Everton could close if Everton were to win. Well, let's take a check on the 2 lineups for this important game here at Turf Moor. As the team shake hands. So Burnley, as I say, making 2 changes. And they're both enforced. Andrew Robertson's got an injury which is not cleared up in time for him to face Everton today, so in his place comes Brendan Galloway, a former Evertonian at the back. There's Tom Eaton in goal, and then also Ryan Shawcross filling in as well. And Ings and Dennis up front. The same midfield for as well. So Balotelli remains on the bench. For Everton, it's Jordan Pickford in goal. A back five of Abdoulaye, Mera, Fernandes, Umtiti, former Barcelona, and Williams. Gana Gay, Tristan Gana Gay and Martin Schneider are the two holders. Midfield, further forward is Sigurdsson, and two up front, Milik and Correa. He likes a grass in amongst the substitutes bench. So we're all set to go then. First against Bird, and Turf Moor is up for the game. Oh, and an early mistake there, and a chance for Dennis! Wide of Pickford's goal that time. Would have been a strange start for Burnley, that. Real misplaced passing there in the Everton ranks. And almost gibbered Emmanuel Dennis. He was looking for his 7th league goal already in Burnley colours. Already got 6 to his credit, including 4 in one game against Crystal Palace at Turf Moor a couple of weeks ago. Williams. Really is going to be a tough encounter at the top of the table. Two strong teams performing admirably, and here's Williams, and a penalty has been given for a foul by Tom Davis. Was very late in the challenge. I don't think it's going to be red. I would be amazed if it was red. It is yellow, and I think that's the right decision. Ball had gone. Williams was taken out. Yeah, takes him out. I don't think there's any complaint about that tackle. Just momentum, and the fact that the pitch is very greasy and will make it very difficult. So Milik here has got the penalty. Tom Eaton, who saved in the last game from Jesus, can he make it 2 saves in a row from the penalty spot? He can! What a great save! Tom Eaton proving a penalty stopper extraordinaire there. And Tom Davis must be the most relieved man in Turf Moor right now, because I tell you what, Milik is usually a dead cert from a penalty, and for some reason he didn't hit it as true as he would have liked. But here's Morgan Schneider in through, and again Eaton called upon to make the save, and it's Everton here on the front foot. Apart from that early chance presented to Emmanuel Dennis, Burnley have offered nothing yet. Maybe they will now, with challenges like that. Sigurdsson, Trippier gets a second opportunity now. It's Kieran Trippier. Oh, that looks a foul there on Danny Ings there by Schneider, and the referee letting it go. And it could lead to a chance here for Everton, which Sigurdsson, who shoots wide. Just scuffed it into the ground there, Gylfi Sigurdsson. Very typical rainy Lancashire weather. Just the way Burnley like it on a day like today. None of the big pampered teams enjoy coming to Turf Moor when it's wet and rainy like this, or cold for that matter. But at the moment, Everton playing with the real intent, and have scored an absolute perler. How has he managed to get the power to nod it in from 12 yards out? Well, only Correa will tell you, but he scored a fantastic headed goal. Tom Eaton never smelt it. And you've got to say, on balance, Everton deserved the lead. Well, Burnley trail at this stage to Manchester City a few days ago. Now they must come from behind again this afternoon. Good cross. Correa gets ahead, and very well. Well, Hughes was there too, but it just was not preventable. And Correa has scored an absolute gem of a header from 12 yards to the neck muscles of his to generate that sort of power. That was great. And he will tell you that 10th goal of the season in the league. It gives Everton a 22nd minute lead, halfway stage of the first half. Burnley really have not really been in the races at all. Oh, it could have been conceivably been 2-0 down. Everton have missed that penalty and a couple of other chances. Ings charges forward, gets a little bit lucky the second time here, Ings, and he'll try the right foot shot, the former Liverpool man, but straight down the throat of Jordan Pickford, who in real life was England's #1 goalkeeper at the World Cup. It is Emmanuel Dennis, at the moment not been allowed to turn and get shots off and use his pace to test this Everton back line. Justin Kluivert, he's proven a little bit ineffective in a cup as well. This is Correa looking for his 11th now of the season, and he was fouled, and now a free kick, and it's Brendan Galloway in trouble. Well, the ex-Evertonian aimed for his first appearance. Having one or two problems here. And Sigurdsson now over the ball. I think Burnley might need to get one back on the line, and they do. But in the end, Sigurdsson's free kick was a very poor one. Seen it on replay. Got the trajectory okay, but not the direction or the trajectory to get the ball up and down and over the wall. Great. Burnley need to look a little bit more menacing, I feel. Not with passes like that, I'm afraid. Really has been a sorry first half so far for Burnley. But Ings, oh no, no, chances here. Dennis! Oh, that was the chance. And that should have been his 7th league goal since joining in January. But it was not to be. And it's a goal kick. Pickford to take. As you can hear, come on Burnley, come on Burnley is the cry. But at the moment, there's nothing to shout about from a Burnley point of view. It's the blue half of Merseyside who are absolutely delighted and over the moon right now. They're leading the league leaders here, third in the table this morning. Could cut the gap to the top of the Premier League if they hang on here for 3 points. They just overran it slightly then, just couldn't thread it through towards Emmanuel Dennis. Kluivert takes out in command and now looks for Ings. Pelleret's nicely. Been a little bit surprised that he got the ball. Dennis is still in there. And it goes down. I think he was looking for a penalty there, Dennis, and there goes the whistle for the half-time interval. And it's really been a sorry first half for the Clarets. Apart from 1 or 2 great opportunities for Emmanuel Dennis, it's just not been Burnley's day, and they conceded a penalty which was saved again by Eaton. But it's Correa's goal, the 22 minutes that separates these two sides. First 0, third 1. Burnley 0, Everton 1. Well, welcome back to Turf Moor, a wet and rainy Turf Moor, as Burnley look to try and come from behind here. Had the same sort of problem posed to them by Manchester City, and now they've got to do it all over again in the second half. They left it until the last 5 minutes to pinch a point. Now they must try and do it sooner. Might give themselves a chance of a grandstand finish. Just the last ball has just gone a little bit haywire, which has not helped their cause too much. But here's a chance there for Sigurdsson. Smashes it into the Everton fans over. We're going to see a substitution. Off comes Justin Kluivert. And a real opportunity for this young man, Janssen, who's come up through the youth ranks. Let's see what he can do. I might just give Kluivert a little bit of a respite. And with Manchester United coming up, it's a real opportunity here to show what he's worth, this Janssen. Galloway getting a little bit lucky there, the ex-Evertonian. And hitting one. not far away. A good positive move there by the former Everton left back, now playing for Burnley. In for the suspended or the injured Andrew Robertson. But it happens gratefully, I have to say. Pickford. City. Everton handling the conditions and the atmosphere here at Turf Moor very professionally here. Gerard Piqué finds Brendan Galloway, finds Tom Davis, who has to watch himself, of course. He's on a bookable offence. So too is Galloway. Milik, who missed the penalty, charged out. I think Dennis was a little bit amazed he got there. And that final product really from Burnley has just not been there. Shawcross showing some bite in the tackle. Then losing out, and then he's lost out this time. Piqué and Corrier's got the better of him again. Davis to get it away. And again, other players showing some after effects here. Now Hughes. This needs to be a good ball now. Dennis. Just surrounded by too many blue shirted defenders. So they look for another way through. I must have to say, apart from the first moment or two, they've kept Dennis very quiet, the Everton defence. Back to Tom Heaton again. Once again, Burnley look to build from the back. Can't find Janssen that ball. All these games, it's going to take its toll at some point on the results business of things here, unless Damari Gray can use his boundless enthusiasm of pace. Here's Tom Davis. It might break here to Janssen. Janssen, right foot. Dennis. Galloway. Can't find Dennis. 9 to play. And it's still 1-0 Everton. Hughes in strongly. Again, that last ball, it's just not been there, I'm afraid. Been very disappointed, really. Here's Dennis. He turned 360 degrees, 180 degrees. Would have done him just enough. Correa. Everton's so close now to a victory at Turf Moor and doing the double over the Clarets. Milik. Saved by Heaton. They have to get it away now, the Clarets. They haven't got time to mess about. Galloway now getting frustrated. So too is Davis. That could have been the killer. As Willems and Sigurdsson both go off, it's going to be a defeat here for Burnley. Looking like it now. Klassen and Evans on to add their considerable presence now. Burnley have tried, but it's just not been enough. The final ball has just not been there. There goes the full-time whistle. It's a defeat at home for the Clarets. They couldn't perform miracles this time, and Everton now have made the title race more exciting. Correa with the 22nd minute winner, and now Burnley will see their gap that they built up really eating into, and Everton are right back in the title race. Real disappointment for the Clarets. And for the blue half of Merseyside, it's sheer joy. It's finished here at Turf Moor. Amazingly, Burnley 0, Everton 1. Burnley in trouble now. We're only 4 points ahead now. We were 7 or 8 points ahead at one stage, and now Ali's been eaten up, and Everton also have a game in hand as well, which is not helping us really. But we've got to play Manchester United now, who need 1 point just to make sure that they're not relegated, safe from relegation. Not that they were going to be not safe, but you know the drill. Arsenal's still there, but fourth game lost this season, and I think it's the first time we've lost at home as well, which is very disappointing. Now we've got to get back to winning ways against a Manchester United team who are 6th in the league, but Mourinho's team, obviously no pushovers. We get an opportunity to manage Spain, but we reject it. There's no point now, because we're well into the last season now, last 2 or 3 months of the season. This is our final match of the episode. We haven't had a win so far. We need to get back on track against Manchester United. Can we do it? Well, let's find out as we take on Manchester United in our final leg of the triple header from Turf Moor. Burnley look to avenge the defeat against Everton by taking on Manchester United, and they've got 2 or 3 key players back, as you'll see in a minute or two. But really, that defeat the other day has really opened the title race up, as you can see. Burnley top now by only 4 points. Everton in 2nd place have 1 game in hand on the Clarets. Could be so crucial, plus the fact that they've won twice against the Clarets. But here we are. Burnley have moved on from that horrible defeat. 2 games without a win. Need to get back to winning ways. And they start as follows, with Tom Heaton in goal, and a back three of Trippier, Piqué and Robertson. And then it's Gray, Hughes, Loftus-Cheek and Clivert, and Ings and Dennis up front. The herring goal for United. DeMarcus, Berlich, Stones and Stapolidis. Era Matic for Manchester United. Bittencourt, Barkley and Pereira, with Lukaku up front. Alsausa and Pogba amongst the substitutes as we await to start the game. So we're all set to go then at Turf Moor. And it's going to be Emmanuel Dennis to get us underway. Off we go. Burnley, of course, in claret and blue, Manchester United in red, but there's definitely no colour clash there, as you can see. You can certainly tell one team from the other. Matic to Barkley. Goal cut out there by Demarai Gray. Burnley really need to have a big afternoon, I feel. Conditions a little bit similar to the Everton game, very, very wet and very, very cold. Everton did adapt well to the conditions at Turf Moor the other day. And here's Pereira. Oh, I thought Hughes was going to concede another penalty. It would have been 3-3. It could be a goal for Lukaku, and Tom Heaton has made a marvellous save from virtually point blank range. Just gets a little glove on that. Otherwise, it was 1-0. Matic's corner. It's along the deck this time and headed away. Phil Jones to carry it for Manchester United. A couple of nice blocks there by Kieran Trippier. Now Dennis. Into the path of Hughes, and now Dennis. And he'll fancy a run at this United defence, and he is fancying it. It's Emmanuel Dennis now. Right foot! It's a beauty! Emmanuel Dennis! And that is his 7th league goal since joining the club. Oh my goodness, what a talent this guy really is. I think Mario Balotelli may well struggle here to get back in the team. The goalkeeper beaten by an absolute mile to hair, never even saw it. And Burnley have been roaring different in the last game against Everton. Well, they've started like on fire today. Manchester United could be in for a long afternoon. Dennis, 7 goals this season. What a goal. Well, that first goal was always going to be crucial. Burnley, of course, will feel that they need to win this game to stop Everton going closer to them. And bearing in mind that Everton have got that game in hand on them, it's important and essential that they get the result here. Doesn't help Burnley's cause, having lost twice to Everton this season. The Trippier's got the bounce of the ball, and he'll hit it left foot, and De Gea beats it away. He smashed this one very, very well. Ping. And punched away. Gray with the corner. Oh, they were all in there. Dennis! It's two! Dennis! The double Dennis! There's the corner. United made a dog's dinner of clearing it, quite frankly. And they left Emmanuel Dennis completely unmarked. And Dennis said, thank you very much, I'll help myself to goal number 2. Thank you very much. Manchester United are 2-0 down after 20 minutes. 8 goals this season for Emmanuel Dennis since joining in January. Wow. I don't think anyone after that performance against Everton saw this coming. Manchester United and Jose Mourinho 2 goals down. Hardly credible. Herrera. Barkley. Over. Oh, he's given a penalty, I think. Well, if he has, it's a very harsh decision. Ben Mee involved. It is a penalty. Well, Ben Mee, in my opinion, went in to try and charge the ball down, and I'm afraid Barkley's bought the decision. Well, that is a real shocker from the referee. Lukaku with the penalty. Heaton has already saved twice in weeks from the penalty spot. Well, he's seen one go wide this time. Oh my goodness me. Well, the other 2 misses before that from Jesus and from Milik, you could understand, because it was a good save from the goalkeeper on both occasions, but there's no defence for Romelu Lukaku there. The goalkeeper was well beaten as well. Here's Gray. 2 in the centre. Can Burnley punish this now even bigger style? And it's a corner. Just couldn't reach Danny Ings in the end. Burnley scored on the corner on their last corner. Have United wised up to these corners yet from Gray? Well, they haven't there. You know, another free header, and I think it was Dennis again. Well, that should have been 3-0. Loftus-Cheek. Ings. Half charged down and away by Manchester United. Herrera now for United. Barkley now. It's been a rip-roaring half an hour so far. Well, let's up a pace and excitement. Bittencourt. Loftus-Cheek. Good ball. Demarai Gray takes command. And he's going through the whole United defence, and he's gone there as if they didn't exist. Demarai Gray free. Well, after those 2 results against City and Everton, Burnley were a wounded animal. And they're taking Manchester United to the absolute cleaners here. Gray allowed to run for a very static United defence. And that is a picture book finish. What a first half this for Burnley. No wonder Mourinho's disgusted. And a much needed goal for Demarai Gray. Only scored 1 prior to today. Well, that's his 2nd. What a time to do it. 37 minutes on the clock. And Burnley now 3 up. Here's DeMarcus for Manchester United. He will look towards that missed penalty by Lukaku. Has been a real turning point, because if that goes in, it's game on. Now the lead is gone to 3. It could well be a long afternoon for Mourinho's men. Bittencourt. Barkley. Still Ross Barkley. That's a good cross. Behind Lukaku though. Mourinho will not enjoy that at all. Demarai Gray, last minute of the first half. Burnley 3-0 up. The United missed a penalty at 2-0, and now that's really haunted them now as Ings goes for number 4, and it's a great save by David De Gea showing why he's still a world-class goalkeeper. And that was curling. And the goalkeeper gets two stretched arms out and pours it away. Gray with the corner towards PK that time. Up to A by United. And there goes the half-time interval whistle. Well, what a first half again. Non-stop attacking throws. Burnley 3 up. Emmanuel Dennis with the first one. In fact, he got two. One from a corner, and then the third one by Damari Gray. United missed a penalty, but at half-time it's Burnley 3, Manchester United 0. A warm welcome back to Turf Moor, where everybody in the ground looking to get over what was an action-packed first 45 minutes. Burnley scoring 3 times. Manchester United having the opportunity from the penalty spot. A very harsh decision, I felt, against Ben Mee, who was harshly booked. And Lukaku missing, and now Emmanuel Dennis looking to extend the lead, and he's done it! Hat-trick for Emmanuel Dennis! Wow, this man is such red hot at the moment. I think Turf Moor has took him to his heart, to their hearts. Look at this. Unstoppable. Not even the best keeper in the world can save those. Burnley go 4 up. And Manchester United, who started the day in 6th place, looking for that 1 point that will get them to 40. Well, it's not going to be today. 9 goals already in something like 5 or 6 appearances. And if you include the cup tie games, it's now double figures. Because remember, he got 2 against Manchester City in the Carabao semi-final. And now it's looking completely anonymous now. Here's PK. Well, Robert, he's got some defending to do at the other end. United now look a well-beaten outfit. Barkley. Bittencourt. Goal kick given. Well, off comes... Well, there's double substitution there for Manchester United. We'll confirm them in a second or two. So Staphylidis is off, the Greek. Florenzi is on, and Pereira off, and Martial on, as Dennis is now looking for his another goal, but he might just set one up here. Gray was lurking again. They've got plenty of time to score another one here, Burnley. The way they're playing here against Manchester United, it's great football to watch. Bittencourt's ball well put out. It's Justin Kluivert. Been a bit anonymous so far, which is a little bit strange, but here he is now on the ball. Oh, what skills! And Kluivert forces a good save from the goalkeeper. But that was a great bit of football skill by Justin Kluivert as Paul Pogba enters the fray. Well, his team are in big trouble. 4-0 down with 62 minutes already gone. I'm going to see he'll need a performance and a half. Here's Gray. Burnley looking for 5 and almost getting it through Danny Ings. Straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Well, Burnley are back in pole position now for the title race now, and here's Emmanuel Dennis, who's certainly been in pole position. That looked a foul there on him. Referee wasn't interested. And Mourinho will look back on this now in the final analysis and think if that penalty had gone in, it would have sort of put Burnley on edge a little bit, but it didn't. And it's Loftus-Cheek now comes charging forward again, and he hit that well, and it's a good save. And we're going to see a change on the bench as we saw that save there, and it's Justin Kluivert about to come off, and Andre Schürrle coming on. It's Damari Gray's corner. Behind everybody, Ings ball is it, Schürrle ball is it. It was a bit loose out there, but United scrambled out. Here's Lukaku. And well, it could be a long old afternoon. That's the cross comes in, and again, what a good bit of defending that was by Ben Mee. Really good defending, and how badly they missed him in that last game against Everton. And here goes Emmanuel Dennis. couldn't be his fault, could it? Nope, good save. Oh, he's had to taste for it again, this new boy. He really is a real prospect. Gray's corner. Oh, goalkeeper didn't even get anywhere near it. I was very lucky that no one else did. I think he might have had a deflection off a Burnley player. Must have brushed ahead of one of the incoming Clarets. Good tackle there by Robertson. Loftus-Cheek. He's played alright as well, hasn't he? Oh, he just couldn't get it through. Burnley's next opponent, so Brighton. Here's the cross back. And there is PK. Now Loftus-Cheek. 6 to go. Burnley looking so rampant. And here's Emmanuel Dennis. This man is seen such unplayable today. And he's going to go for another one. Good save. And the rebound just won't fall for Danny Ings. It was a really good save. That time by David De Gea. Martial. Barkley. Paul Pogba. And Loftus-Cheek. What ability this lad has got. Again, looking for that man Dennis, and look at that again. Football shown here, and look at Demarai Gray. Onside. Gray. Good save again by De Gea. And I tell you what, if it wasn't for the Spaniard, the scoreline would be an absolute avalanche, and it would be a complete cricket score. Look at that. He's basically saved that with his forehead. And had to scamper back into position quickly, and header over from Schürrle. It's a very good header there by the German. But just couldn't get it underneath that crossbar. I think De Gea would have had it covered in any case, and may have tipped it over if it had been dipping on target. But what a response from Burnley. Manuel Dennis with a hat-trick. Demarai Gray with a well-timed goal as well. Needed it as well. Only his second goal of the season, but it's all played a key part. As the referee blows for the final whistle. And Burnley have run out very comfortable victors. A hat-trick for Emmanuel Dennis with goals 1, 2 and 4. The third one coming from Demarai Gray, but at 2-0 United had a penalty harshly given it to them, which Lukaku had the glorious opportunity to pull it back to 2-1, but he blazed it wide of the goal. And at the end of it, if it wasn't for David De Gea, it could have been a lot more than the 4 Burnley scored. What a performance from the Clarets. It's finished here at Turf Moor. Burnley 4, Manchester United 0. What a win. Just when it was needed as well, because it's still the gap 4 points. If Burnley had lost there, that would have been all over. But United, after that disaster, not only had their goal difference hit, but they've now moved behind Spurs, Watford, and only above Liverpool by 1 point. That's how close it is at the moment. At the wrong end, they're almost perilously close to the wrong end of the table there, Manchester United. At the bottom at the moment, it's still Birmingham propping up the rest with 15 points along with Bournemouth. They're level with points with Bournemouth now, Birmingham, and with Wolves third bottom, but it's still very, very tight up there. Anyone from Southampton downwards could still be sucked in to that relegation battle. Right, anyway, we've got some tidying up to do before we finish the episode. We've got the FA Cup as well. These are the replays. As you've probably seen, we are playing Brighton in round 5, but we'll go through how they got there. Bournemouth 0, Manchester United 1 was a final score. Everton are through against Stoke, so there's still hopes of a double for Everton there. Chelsea are through against Watford at Vicarage Road. Palace have won at Molineux, and Brighton, as you saw there, beat Bristol City. So that's the draw. Now we'll give you the full draw for the last 16, and there are a total of 8 ties in all. So here they are in full. Burnley, as you will see in the next episode, will play Brighton and Hove Albion, and what a game that promises to be. That's our third consecutive round that we've been drawn at home. Cardiff will play Nottingham Forest in an all-championship game. Fulham entertain Chelsea in an all-West London tie. Swansea have to make the trip to Wembley to play Spurs. Goodison Park is the venue for Everton's tie against Crystal Palace. A massive game, a throwback to the olden days. This one, Leeds United against Manchester United at Elland Road. Sheffield Wednesday's reward for getting through in the last round is a trip to Anfield to play Liverpool. And finally, another great tie there, Southampton against Manchester City as well. So plenty of decent teams left in it. Still a lot to do. But Burnley again at home in the FA Cup for the third round running, and we've scored 4 goals and conceded 1 so far in our 2 FA Cup fixtures so far. So that brings us to the end of the episode. I hope you very much, as I say, you've enjoyed it. So to tell you about the next episode, it's going to be a double header because we've got the Carabao Cup final coming up on the 1st of March. So we're down to a double header, and that's a European game. That's the home match with Brighton in the FA Cup, and then another home match with Dortmund in the last 16 of the Champions League. Obviously we'll have that episode. Obviously we'll have the Liverpool game as a standalone episode, and then it'll be back to 3 prongs again with home match against Arsenal, away match with Chelsea, and possibly the away match with Dortmund yet, depending on how far we go in the FA Cup. But that's it for me. Have a very, very good weekend. Have a very, very good day rather, and I'll see you for another episode where we're showing 2 games, Brighton and Borussia Dortmund home games next up. But for me, JB, have a wonderful day. See you very soon for another episode of Career Mode. Until then, goodbye.